Hello, this is Optimum Health Solutions. I'm your host, Odia. Today we are talking about sudden death. Why sudden death? Sudden death is important to talk about it, although rather unpleasant because it is devastating to the family. The death is completely unexpected. And most people, when it does occur, it throws family into turmoil and disarray. So let us talk about this today and see if there's anything that can be done to prevent it from happening, from occurring. Let's start with the definition. What indeed is sudden death? Sudden death is defined by the WHO, World Health Organization, as death within an hour of onset of symptoms. That is, patient complains or there is something that happens and within an hour the patient is dead or the person is dead. So for a person is apparently healthy, underline apparently, we are worried that that person will die for no obvious cause as far as the family members are concerned. Now, what do we, with this definition, how do we now handle sudden death? What are the causes of sudden death? What are the predisposing factors that could lead to sudden death, even in somebody that apparently healthy? Most causes of sudden death are cardiac in origin. They are due to diseases of the heart and diseases of the blood vessels. So, but there are causes of sudden death that are not cardiac in origin. I mostly mention epilepsy, for example, asthma, pulmonary embolism, when a clot just comes from the lower extremities and blocks the lungs, preventing the person suddenly from breathing, and the person will die. Now, we have seen sudden deaths of all videos, viral videos of persons who were dancing, for example, are suddenly slump and die. Then throw the whole party or the whole function into disarray. Now, what do you do at that point in time, right as of course? We'll talk about that maybe in another video. But for now, let us try and focus on the prevention of sudden death. Now, to prevent it, we have to know the causes of sudden death. I said that most of the probably like 80% or so are cardiac in origin, that is from the heart, disorders of the heart. So let's start with heart attack. Heart attack is the situation in which there is blockage of the blood supply to the heart suddenly, or at least people live with gradual, but it suddenly occurs, and the patient drops and is unable to breathe, sweating profusely, restless, and that patient may die in 1 hour. So, sudden death with fire of death within 1 hour. It's not the same thing as death with cubes, because we clearly say somebody was ill and died after a live failures. At least now, but the patient is debating for 6 hours to 6 days. So, God's for death protected was very big. So, the death pause within 1 hour on the onset of symptoms. Now, what are these causes? We talked about heart attack. Then there's also cardiac arrest, in which there's arrhythmia, that is, they have this irregularly, like a confused manner, and suddenly stops beating. We also talked about rupture of some blood vessels, can be in the abdomen, could be in the brain, and so on and so forth, which may lead to sudden collapse and sudden death. So, what are the underlying causes? The things that will give rise to, for example, heart attack, or to give rise to arrhythmia, that is a coordinated function of the heartbeat. Some of this includes hypertension, cigarette smoking, alcohol, excessive alcohol abuse. These are some of the causes, including high cholesterol levels, where you have hyperlipidemia, the fat levels in the blood high, and the fats can easily block any of the blood vessels supplying the heart, and the heart attack can occur. So, diabetes is a cause, and the underlying cause. So, type 2 diabetes especially, diabetes, but especially type 2 diabetes. Overweight, when somebody has excess weight. Now, we'll talk maybe in another episode what exactly is overweight, what that is overweight and obesity. We can probably chat on that much later. But for now, let us mention that overweight, obesity are predisposing factors for sudden death. So if you know you are overweight, please try and cut down the weight. Cut it way to normal, acceptable levels. Not underweight, but what they call ideal body weight. I will probably talk about how to calculate that in a subsequent episode. So, these are some of the causes or the underlying process of sudden death. And we also talk about sickle cell disease. In this part of the world, sickle cell disease is a genetic inherited traits which can occur, and the double S, we've talked about that before, double S or blue right or sickle cell disease. And patients with sickle cell disease can suddenly develop arrhythmias. Their heart can fail and they can possibly die suddenly. So, we have mentioned some of the underlying causes. So, if we know the underlying causes, what do we do about it? What do we do about it? So, the major thing to do is to prevent sudden death, thereby preventing the underlying causes. So, we talked about alcohol, talked about cigarette smoking. Cut out cigarette smoking completely. They do have a lot of the various people. And in fact, if you have the cardiovascular disease, it's not advisable to be indulging in alcohol. Then we talked about overweight. Cut down your weight to acceptable levels, that is within your limits, that is healthy for you. And you can talk about that in another episode. We've also talked about diabetes. Get it controlled. You can control diabetes both by your one's own individual effort and the effort of the doctor who is managing you, or the healthcare professional who is managing you. So we have to make sure that diabetes is well and strictly controlled. The other thing to talk about is hypertension. Hypertension, we should have a sieve in the house which we use to monitor our blood pressures. I've seen that a doctor or what's available to you, a healthcare professional who will measure your blood pressure and ensure that blood pressure is controlled. Not only that, make sure you take your medications as prescribed and ensure that these are taken regularly and religiously. So, if we do some of these things, the tendency to have sudden death will be minimized. The risk will be severely minimized. So if we reduce the risk of sudden death, what else do we need to do? Well, we need to reduce the risk, as I've said. We also need to get somebody to help us who cannot do everything by ourselves. Go to the nearest health center, hospital, or whatever that facility that offers service for somebody to get his or her vital signs checked from time to time. so that sudden deaths will be far away from the family upon members of your family. Now, there's something I want to talk about. That is that when somebody collapses, slumps, people are really devastated. They don't know what to do. Well, there are details or training that people can go through. They call it CPR training, where you learn how to check the pulse, you learn how to massage the heart, you learn how to offer oxygen if you need, and you learn how to defibrillate the heart as necessary. That is a subject that needs to be talked about. There are places where people can learn how to do cardiopulmonary resuscitation and go to the nearest Red Cross office, and there are others who are offering services for cardiopulmonary resuscitation. But when we have time, we will talk about that in subsequent episodes. So today, is talking about sudden deaths. We've talked about sudden death mainly in the adult persons, older adults, 40 and above. We have not talked about sudden death in the young, including young persons who are 35, 40, 35 and below. That is a different ballgame altogether, and subsequently we'll talk about it. So watch this channel, subscribe, like, and share. Thank you very much. Bye for now.